nephew. My nephew waking up this morning. Early in the morning. Feeling himself. Feeling himself. You feeling yourself? You feeling yourself? Andre Wade was just released once again, come to just reminisce on some things. It's always good, to have a good humor. The kids is the brightness of today. We just had Christmas. We just had Christmas. We just had Christmas. So they all had a good Christmas day. So it's a blessing to be, to witness, some of the youngsters and in their ways, I was praying that peace be upon y'all families today, and that travel today, going and coming, will be safe. And I pray that, y'all loved ones had a blessed holiday, those who are incarcerated, because time, takes on a change and don't stay the same. So, we go through some things, in life. I was, and I hope y'all enjoyed the show yesterday with Dirty Weather, 916. Y'all check his show out. He has some good shows. He has some good topics, and he be having some good interviews. So y'all check him out, as that's a station about California, you know what I'm saying? So y'all check the boy out, Real Deal Holyfield. Uh, uh, we got on some topics yesterday, and it took me, and into the Measham days once again, reminiscing on, some of the things that took place back in the day. And I was given a story of how one of the cats, that I knew, uh, old Blackjack, and during the time when he was talking about going in the cell and raping the boy. Well, the man went inside the man's cell. The man went inside the man's cell. So, like I said, I was SSI. I'm worried. I'm on the run, and and I'm shaking my head because I can't believe, that the man is about to, do this here, right? So the man went in the man's house, and I told you the little guy, Spanish guy, he used to run around, and he used to say, "Jesus love you, Jesus love you." He'd be out on recce with signs and stuff. So when uh when they finally ran in and out, they used to run in and outs uh every hour. That's when you go in yourself. If you want to stay, you can stay, or you can come out. Before they roll the doors. So when they finally came, and an hour later, I'm out there, and I see Blackjack come out the man's cell, right? So I'm, um, 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 uh, I'm looking at him, and I can't believe, this took place, right? So um, um, I'm sitting there, right? So Black Jack, he come over there to me. I say, man, what happened, man? He say, man, I didn't even do it, man. The man would have taken that Bible out and talking about Jesus, man, and everything. And I couldn't even do it. Jesus, man, wasn't gonna allow that to take place. Wasn't gonna allow it to take place to that man. And he didn't do it, and that was a good thing. But that was one of the kind of incidents, that went on Eastham, because that unit wasn't right, even though, like I say, it was surrounding cast of men that that I hung out with, and like I say, a lot of us was out that age. And if they wasn't at their age, and they was dealing with us, then they had some of that same kind of flavor that we had, and so we enjoyed ourselves, and we was on that level. Uh, I remember when they had this guy. He was from San Antonio, and I was living on the north end at the time. I was having my way. I had a lawman, what I'm saying, that was bringing that work in and everything. So I was having it my way. I was living on a tank that was a line force tank, and I worked in SIG, and I didn't want to be moved because when the line force went to work, it wasn't no. I was practically the only one on the pod, that was still there because I worked in SIG, and they was all going to work. So there was a lot of things I used to, take care of, like dealing with my female officer, taking care of my, my business, and not having really a lot of eyes. But they used to have a tank that was across the way, which was close custody tank, and East Ham has got a lot of glass, so you can see the other the other tank. Well, like I say, I was working over there on the north end, and this guy, and he had come, and I used to live on a dorm on the south end, and that was called Seven Dorm, and a lot of my partners stayed on Seven Dorm that I was in circle with. So they intercepted this dude. That's why, just because a person got goals in their mouth, and they wear a star at your nine, don't make them real. They intercepted this dude, and I was telling one of my partners, Big G, I say, man, y'all done intercepted that dude, man, and placed him in y'all circle, man. Y'all don't even know what kind of character the dude just got off the bus, and they intercepted this man, until they fold. Well, and when, like I say, most everybody I dealt with, they practically had a law, they was in the business, so they intercepted this dude, and this dude here, he ended up catching one of the, one of the bras that worked there, and she was, and she was kind of, a police bra. Matter of fact, I ended up messing with her sister when her sister started working. Her sister started working there and was working in SIG. So when her sisters, I used to always mess with her sister. And when she told her sister about, who she was talking about, but her sister, like, who you talking about, girl, So when she finally see me, her sister put points in for me. So I went her sister. So, but anyway, man, she was dealing with this man here, he was, pretty boy, you know what I'm saying? This man here told it on that girl, man. This man told it on that girl. That's why, when you're dealing with people inside this penitentiary, system, man, you have to basically, watch the kind of characters you be around, because all of them don't be real. And anybody that places something up his butt, I don't care what, we call it trunking down there in Texas, they call it something else in the other states. But when you find somebody that's gonna stick something up his butt, you see, he ain't nothing real about him. Ain't nothing real about him, because you can swallow things, and poo poo it out. But you don't stick nothing up in you, you don't do that. That ain't real, ain't nothing real. Ain't that much amount of money that'll make me do that, and I remember a time when I first knew about, cats trunking. I remember, I never forget, me and my partner, we had bought 2 packs, and the 2 packs was 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 about this round. They was about this round, and it was taped up in some black tape. So when we was in the cell, so cause we had smoked cigarettes, and we didn't have no back at that time, so we bought 2 packs from this guy. So I got my partner. I'm sitting we sitting in the cell, and so he watching out for me. We used to have little mirrors, on a pop stick, and you have it sitting out on the run. It can't be too big because some of them laws can see when they look down the run, they can see that mirror ride, and they can come down the pipe chase. They'll come down the pipe chase, and they be looking through the back, see what's going on. So he got the mirror. He's sitting up there at the end of the bunk with the mirror ride. So I'm sitting over there, I'm untaping the tape or the packs. But as I untape it, I'm standing. I say, damn, man. I say, man, you done farted over there? And he talking about, no, I ain't farted. So I'm steady unwrapping it. I say, man, you don't shit, man. You need to take shit or something, man. He talking about, no, but all the time, it's this bags. He say, man, that's the packs you unwrapping. Man, I say, man, so I went to smell it. It was smelling like boo-boo. And as I went to open it, dookie juice all in the I was like, man, what is it? He say, man, they be sticking up there. But I say, oh man. And so, man, but the best thing about it is that when I was when I finally unwrapped it, man, like I said, it had dookie juice and all on it, man. I'm talking about as you go in, and so whoever trunk that, man, yeah, his booty was juicy. You know what I'm saying? He had dookie juice all over the packs, man. I say, man, I ain't never buying none of this here, man. I got to pay attention. And like I say, they tape it with black tape. They tape it with black tape, and they lubricate it. They lubricate it with something, and they stick it up their butt. And I was like, man, this has got to be the craziest thing I ever experienced, man. And they call it trunking. And so a partner of mine was telling me a story. They used to go to town, right? And they used to go and work in town, so they was eating free will food and all this kind of stuff every day, and so they was having it good. They was having it their way, what I'm saying. So and they was trunking. These boys was trunking. So he was telling me the story about they had this one Mexican guy. I think he trunked about 8 of them bad boys. He had about 8. So the law them all, somebody had already snitched on the Mexican. So they already knew what he was doing, right? So when they fed him all kind of stuff, ice cream and all that kind of stuff, that'll make you want shit. So and so like I say, they already knew, they say, dude, the law was already laughing, but they really ain't paid attention while they was laughing, right? So when they say you can tell when they finna bust somebody, because normally when they pull into the facility, they would turn their first right into the the unit. But when they try and do what they do, they keep straight and they take them to the shack. So they say when they passed that first exit, to turn in, they went towards that shack, and somebody said, man, they really get somebody. So they already know the little old Mexican, and they got another white boy, used to, trunk and everything, right? So when they knew somebody was finna get got. So when they got to the shack, they told the Mexican, all right, Padre, you already know what it is. Come on, get on up out there. And they took him on up in there. So they say, yeah, they, like I say, they had been feeding them, all kind of stuff. So to make you want to shit, you know what I'm saying? Ice cream and all kind of food. They've been eating all kind of food, right? So when they went in there and they sunk the boy up in there, they say, go on, take care of your business, Padre. You already know. Go on, give him to us. So he went up in there. Say he was up in there, grunting and getting them up out of there. Say the boy shit out about 4 of them. Boy shit out about 4 piece. Say the law told him, now what's so killing about it? He probably could have just shit out 1 and gave him, But he's so full of that food and full of that ice cream and everything, you know, he can't even hold it. He can't hold them other ones, you know what I'm saying? So they say, after you them by 4, they say, is that all of them? Is that all of them? He say, I got some more and I got some more up in me. And gave him all 8. Gave him all 8. Shit, all of them. I couldn't even hold it. Boy, don't be doing no trunking because, boy, hey, that inside they gonna just hold on everything, man. They say about, you know, boys, bad. Say they lubricate them, trunking. Don't be doing no trunking up in there. Hey, man, don't be doing no trunking. So, because I told you in one of my videos before, see, if you go to trunking, that was an easy way to turn yourself out. Because if you feel like you can just start taking it like that, ain't no telling how much you think you can take. Probably think you can take that pickle for a little something, because you know they was trunking, and that wasn't even all that wasn't even they work. They trunking for somebody in the squad with them, you know. You know, it might be a guy, he paying them 2 packs to bring in 8 packs, you know, and you know, hey man. So when my partner, you know, he telling me this because he worked out there. So I asked him, I say, man, you ain't been trunking, have you? He said, I don't know, Dre. I say, man, don't be doing that, man. I say, man, because that's the easy way to turn yourself out, man. You know, you don't do that kind of stuff. That man putting it up his butt. I ain't never did none of that. Never had to. You know, I prefer to, you know, to pay the guy, do it for me. Yeah, hey, man, do this here for me. And they be willing, you know, it's crazy, man. You know, they be willing, you know, but, you know, some of them just don't be looking at it as, you know, turning themselves out or nothing, you know. We are as bystanders in the situation, you know, that's the way we look at it. They just look at it as a means of, you know, hustling and everything. But, you know, to me, that, you know, you just don't do that, man. You just don't do it. And a lot of guys feel that way, but, you know, but we be wanting that product. We know we want that product, so we don't be caring how it come. But, man, let me tell you something. When I was unwrapping that, and that stuff had dookie juice and all that on it, like, you know, up in the seals of it. Hey, man. And, you know, that dookie acid is something else because it was all up in the cracks of the tape. Yeah, it was in the cracks of the tape, man. I say, man, this is awesome, man. This is some crazy stuff, man. Them boys, hey, man, don't be doing no trucking up in there. Don't let nobody talk you in doing no trucking. Don't do it. Because, well, that water tastes good. Drank me a good cup of coffee this morning. I drink it black, no sugar, no cream. I drink black coffee. In prison, you know, they drink coffee real all day. You drink coffee all day. All day. You know, you bag of coffee, you got to have some bags of coffee. I used to, man, one time I think I had like about 100-something bags of coffee. And because we drank it so much, and a lot of people, they pay their coffee with them cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? And you can't never have enough coffee. You know, some dudes, they get to the point, they think they so big, they don't want no coffee, they don't want this, they don't want that. Mark ass niggas, and that's how you get ran in on. See, the mark ass motherfuckers, they be having them that back and that weed, and they go try to be specific on what they want. See, them the ones be jacked. Yeah, you get jacked in prison. You get jacked. Find yourself tied up in the cell. Motherfucker come by your cell, you up and up talking about, They got gagged on your mouth and tied up in your cell. Yeah. Go selling that shit and acting like a moral. Oh, I want up a certain kind of money. You want pretty money. You gonna want the coffee because it look old. And man, you gonna get jacked. Mother gonna come get you. That was on Styles Union. Styles Union was like living in the ghetto apartments. Everything I love. A motherfucker would come and get you from 8 building all the way to the other side of the farm to the dorm and rob you. Let word get out. Let word get out. You a mark with that tobacco. And that tobacco was something serious. Motherfucker, we wanted that tobacco. Motherfucker, they didn't really give a damn about that dope. They wanted that tobacco. Go to tripping about that back. Motherfucker coming to get you. Boy, them goons coming to get you. You had some of them youngsters, man, and they getting full of that dope and that K2 and everything. They coming to get you. Them boys they coming to get you. You say who? Fats. Oh, they going to get Fats. Oh, the boys were so cold on Fats. Fats was on close custody. They went in there and robbed Fats and went in and robbed him, took his shit, and then made him out of a blood. Made him, he became, that boys was cold blooded, man. Them boys was cold blooded, man. I'm talking about the warden that was scared of some of these boys. Damn right. Them boys had styles so locked down. They had them boys. Them laws was terrified over there. I ain't lying. There was some parts on close custody that the rank just didn't go on. And when it was count time, they would come to the door and say, how many in there? And they'll tell them how many in there. They can come in there and count. The inmate counted. Yeah, such and such. Yeah, he going to medical. Yeah, he out. They ain't go in there. And they took their word. Count be right. Wasn't going in there because them boys was in there was serious. Them boys popping them doors, coming up out them doors jack. Them boys jumping up out there with knives. They had cameras. Them boys didn't even give a damn. They jump out there with a mask on anyway. Truncking is something they still doing today in prison. They still doing it today in prison. Don't do no trunking. Don't do no trunking. Because if you start trunking, ain't no telling what you might do next. You might try that pickle. You might just try that pickle for a couple packs. This is Andre Wade with Just Release. And I'll be back with y'all with something else.